Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. We're going to be talking today about real estate and specifically Blackstone and how they have, well, for the time being, let's say, cornered the residential real estate market, and now they're going after dorm rooms. So without further ado, let's do this. All right, so this article from The Hedge, I've actually got it on my phone right now because there's a lot of information I want to get to you. And so I'm going to be reading it, and then we're going to give you my take on it, okay? So it says, for much of the past decade, private equity giant Blackstone, which at last check had $684 billion, which was the largest institutional landlord in the U.S., according to some, the largest owner of real estate in the world, all right? So that's huge. A lot of people have not understood this housing bubble, how you could buy up homes for a lot more than asking price. And a lot of people don't understand, and even real estate agents, when I tried to explain this literally 2 years ago, I was in my real estate office about a year and a half ago explaining to other agents that institutions are actually buying up these homes, by and large. I know, I get it. I'm gonna hear, no, I bought a home, or my friend bought a home. I get that. What I'm saying is, most of the purchases were actually done by people that were working for institutions. And to understand that, let me explain to you how Walt Disney did this. See, after the success of Disneyland, Walt Disney learned something very valuable when it came to acquiring land and when he wanted to build Walt Disney World in Florida. He understood one thing, that his brand had become so big and so powerful that anytime it was mentioned that he wanted to do something, everything around him tended to explode in value because all these speculators were racing in and trying to get ahead of the curve. So when it came to buying the land in Orlando, they did something very, very intelligent. They kept their mouths shut. They started a handful of corporations that actually were agents for the Disney Corporation that went out and started buying up land. Systematically, they bought up small parcels in one area until it became so big that they knew they'd had enough, and then they stopped and they said, okay, those parcels all transferred title, and they started building Disney World. Now, their suspicions were absolutely correct, because right after it was announced that Disney World was going in, speculators raced down to Florida to buy up land all around the area that Walt had already picked up for his corporation, all right? The numbers shot up. Now, see, they learned that lesson because when they built Disneyland, they built it and with enough land to acquire for the Disneyland Hotel, but they were sort of stuck because they were landlocked. Once they started Disneyland, all the other land around it went up like crazy. Hotels started shooting up all around in like a 10-block radius, and you could only imagine what happened to the real estate values. Well, BlackRock and other institutions do the exact same thing. They use people, they hire people, start shell corporations, and these corporations are, and I call them shell because they're only there for the sole purpose of acquiring an asset and then later on transferring it in a very interesting way to where most people don't see it into their name, okay? And this is why. If you knew BlackRock or Blackstone was knocking on a door saying, hey, I'd like to buy your house, it's $500,000, what are you gonna do? If you know who they are, you're gonna go, no, yeah, no problem, it's $600,000, all right? So, they are right now the single largest institutional landlord in the US. Get that through your head, okay? Remember that whole saying from the World Economic Forum, by a certain date, you'll own nothing and like it. It's happening right now, and a lot of people are falling for this scam. So they've went in and out of being the largest institutional landlord, and right now it's noted that they are. But the story, and I'm just briefly going over it, I'm gonna link the story below. I want you guys to look at it. What they're talking about now is that they are moving into student dorms. And this is why I want you to understand this. I'm not gonna read every line in this thing. Understand that they are a corporation that is looking for yield for their investors, all right? Regardless of how everybody feels about this company, and I don't like them myself, they are looking for yield, they are looking to make money. And in a low interest rate environment where the Fed has dropped rates to literally zero, and there's a lot of debt right now that's negative yielding right now because of fees and all kinds of good stuff. They are looking for yield anywhere they can, and they found that in rentals. Okay, they know one thing: you always need a place to live. And so they are buying up rentals, and now they're moving into student dorms. And the reason why? See, they're very sophisticated investors. They not only look at the amount of kids that are going to school, they understand the debt that is behind student debt, which is literally the largest section of debt right now that the US government is covering. And they are looking at it as the more that easy debt that the government is flowing out to these students, the more money they're going to have on spending housing so they can keep raising the cost of rent in these dorms. All right? This is a dangerous situation because you can only lower rates so long, extend terms out so far until the whole system implodes, right? Because people start to wake up. And I believe that people are starting to wake up right now. So the moral of the story here is you're seeing this happening. You're seeing these conglomerates buying these houses up, right? Now, it doesn't mean that just because they're buying up these homes that they're going to keep going up in price, okay? Even the largest institutions on earth get it wrong, right? I'll give you Enron as an example. There's a certain point to where what they're doing only lasts so long, and that has to do with interest rates and with the confidence in the currency. And I'm telling you right now, worldwide, the confidence is being lost. So this can only last so long. But yes, they are a massive buyer in real estate, and that is why you are seeing homes going for such high valuations. Now I get it. A lot of people in the comments are gonna go, Ninja, you called the top of the real estate market. I said I did, because there's a myriad of factors, and I'll do some more videos on that, but it has to do with confidence and affordability of the common man. And once Blackstone starts to see that stuff, they're gonna start to bail out quick. That's all I got today. With that, the Economic Ninja is out.